Hey guys, Marsegan here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we are jumping into the new burst mode that has released today, the AGL Kid Gohan, and we are going to do, as I always do for my burst mode videos, get the 6,000 points in order to beat all of the missions for both of the categories. Now, I mentioned this in every burst mode video, so you probably know what I'm going to say. You don't need to get 6,000 points with both. Like once you've gotten your 6,000 points, the only other mission is going to be, because we're going to do revenge first, the only other mission will be the heavenly events one. So in theory, once you've done your first run and got your 6,000 points, you can just come back in, just put on the heavenly events category modifier, so you'll only be getting 1,150 points for that run. But because there's no modifiers on, it will just be a normal Dokkan event difficulty, and it'll just be super easy. You'll one turn every phase, and then you beat the last mission, right? So for the videos, I like to do the 6,000 points with both categories just to get it done. So yeah, we're doing Revenge. Int and Physical is the one that gives you the most points. We can afford the highest team cost with the other modifiers that we're going to have on. No ceiling, stunning, attack lowering, or defense lowering of the enemy. Enemy takes less damage from AGL characters, which is fine because we're not using that typing anyway. Enemy has 25% damage reduction. Then we don't put in on any of these like mini bonus ones that aren't worth a lot. When it comes to attack, we've just got the up by 50%, which Dokkan events hit so weak anyway that like 50% extra attack is nothing. Same with like 50% extra defense, 1000% extra HP. And then we just have to put on the no support items and no support memories, and then there you go. That gets us to 6,070. So this is the team. Int and Physical. Broly obviously leads Revenge, gives the extra to movie bosses or transformation boost, but all of these guys are movie bosses. So yeah, we just go ahead and jump in, and it shouldn't be too much of an issue because again, with the modifiers that we have on, like, you got to remember that base Dokkan events have such low, like stats and damage and everything anyway, that giving them an extra 50% attack, an extra 50% defense, like, it doesn't make that much of a difference, really, because their things were so low before. So, try and grab some extra key. I mean, we've got all the Cooler and Metal Cooler characters and Frieza, like, they'll link relatively well. The Brolys are kind of like the odd ones out, but can use the domain straight away though, so let's just go ahead and do that. Gives our Broly the guard, so he can just sit there in slot 1. Okay, so you can grab those. Yeah, the key's not great, but it is what it is, as they say. Of course, we've got a full int rotation against this physical boss, so hopefully we're getting some crits here. Otherwise, it's going to be very annoying. That's right, we're doing plenty of damage. Nice. Yeah, no, didn't even need everyone to do all crits, so it's all good. Okay, so next phase, AGL Kid Gohan. How do we want to do this? You don't have big bad bosses, do you? That's annoying. So I could do that, I suppose. Do that. Do that. Because, yeah, a lot of these characters, you know, like the Garlic Jr. and stuff, right? Not exactly the craziest of units to be using right now. But it's a shame he didn't get his Easy A, considering the AGL Kid Gohan, like, getting his Easy A. They came out at the same time. Like, that would have been pretty cool. Because yeah, this Garlic Jr. is a fairly generic, like just all extreme, like all allies support. If he got an easy A now, it'd be a great option for going on like Goma's team and everything. But right, so Brody can still just guard in slot 1. Metal Cooler gets all the Metal Cooler links here as well. So yeah, good rotation for them. Sub easy A's, we don't do that here. Yeah. Dokkan does very regularly forget about sub easy A's, to be fair. Metal Cooler Army doing some decent damage. Not so much for the other Metal Cooler though. I mean, I guess we just use the active, and the active probably just kills him, right? Yeah. All right. Gohan, we'll buy you time. Okay, so we've now got another phase in the middle, which is a bit annoying, but what can you do? Go, make sure everyone's got their key. Metal Cooler additional normals. Look at that crazy damage. Let's go. Explosive Demon Wave. 32 damage. Yeah, because like Dokkan events, their super attack, we looked it up in one of the previous videos on like Dokkan info. Like Dokkan events, their super attacks are hitting for like 200k. So when you've given them a 50% extra attack, it's like, oh no, a 300k super. Like, it's not something that we really have to worry about. There we go, grab those for you. Probably just stomping on Piccolo. We'll bring back hard Dokkan events. Yeah, back when Dokkan events were actually tough, and therefore Boss Rush was tough, because trying to do multiple of them back to back with the same set of items was actually a challenge. I mean, even if they did 1,000,000 damage, like some teams, it just wouldn't matter too much. Obviously, when you put the max attacks buffs and all that kind of stuff on, then it'd be a little bit more crazy, but... I love that freezer's like dodge cutting. So that's cool. That death beam though. 3.7. That should be all she wrote for Mr. Piccolo. Alright, so last phase against the AGL Gohan. We floated off the other Broly, didn't we? So I should probably do this. since we can actually keep like big bad bosses active here and everything. Even without the bonus buffs to attack and HP, Revenge legit cannot handle this event with in physical. Yeah, it's definitely not the greatest of categories. Or even with the typings as well. Yeah. Oh god, he has a count. I forgot about this. I can't even remember the last time I would have... I mean, the last time I would have done this Dokkan event is when this Gohan came out, because I got him when he came out. I mean, I guess if we dodge, it's fine. God. Hey, let's go. I was going to say, my Int Metal Cooler is built with like 30 dodge or whatever it is, so... Okay. Remember before the beginner missions were a thing, Dokkan events are really hard to clear for new players. Oh yeah, like back when I was like around the time I was first playing, I got like AGL Super Vegito when he first came out, and I couldn't awaken him because I couldn't beat his Dokkan event. Like, it wasn't until I think it was literally like the next banner after him was the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and I pulled him, was able to awaken him, and then make a tech team that could actually beat Vegito. It was crazy. Okay. Oh, we can't get 3 orbs for Frieza, that's annoying. Hopefully the 1 is enough. Well, yeah, I mean, of course it is. This guy has like no attack power. Oh god, that's going so fast. So much faster than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, exactly, because you had to have characters that had fierce battle in order to do damage to Super Vegito in his Dokkan event. So if you only had like tech characters, a bunch of tech characters that had like shattering the limit, like you were barely doing any damage to him. It was crazy. I can't believe this has still taken 11 turns without him having like barely any extra HP or defense or anything. Crazy. Alright, well there you go. And of course we got the power level, as we always do seemingly with burst mode, getting the power level bonus when you don't need it. Alright, well there we go. 6,070 points with our int and physical revenge team. So that's going to be all of the missions done, except for, of course, now the final one to do it with Heavenly Events. So I'm going to cut here and jump over and get that one done next. We'll go through the team and the modifiers here now. Okay, so we are back to set up the Heavenly Events run. So change the category to Heavenly Events. It's worth 100 less points. So whilst we've kept everything else the same, int and physical, we've got as much team cost to play with as possible. All of the stuff with the negative effects, 25% damage reduction, lowest possible buffs for attack and defense, and HP. The only thing we've had to put on to make up those extra couple of points was the enemy can reduce damage lower than 50,000 to 0. And as you can see, that puts us to 6,020 points. So the team that I've set up here is a team with a lot of Gotenks. In Gotenks' leader skill is Special Pose or Youth. So we'll be all good here with this team. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead, jump straight in and try and get this done here. So we want to try and make sure we get as much key as possible. It's usually how I always do this. Even if we don't have the modifiers on for like allies minus key, it's still useful. Just makes the run that little bit easier. I mean, most of the guys on this team build share decent key links and stuff anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. So let's do that, and then do that. Of course he's super straight away, but yeah, 41,000 damage is what we took. So not exactly much to worry about. That random world tournament in Gohan. I guess we'll just do this. I can't even remember. It's been such a long time since I actually used the reverse exchange Goten and Trunks, because obviously they came out as the free-to-play card for the anniversary, but I've like barely used them. Got a good super attack animation for a free-to-play character. Grab those. I feel like damage-wise, we're potentially gonna suffer a little bit as we get towards the end of this one. I mean, I guess to be fair, actually, once Int Gotenks transforms into Super Saiyan 3, he will actually do a lot of damage, so it'll be fine. This physical banner unit Gotenks is pretty decent as well, to be fair. The other Gotenks transforms. I mean, obviously it would be really useful if we did have on the abilities to like seal and stuff like that, because then the physical Gotenks would be quite helpful. Nice. Get a crit. I remember back when I first got that physical Super Saiyan Gotenks, like before he even had an awakening, I think he was on the team, like the Super Class Fusion team was like the sixth option for the team was the physical Gotenks. I literally cannot remember what these guys do. He guards. He just needs to pick up type key spheres. The OG white whale of Nano Gotenks Genix. Wait, was that a thing? I remember Nano LR Genix, of course, but yeah, Nano LR Genix was a great meme. That was a good time. Okay. Oh, so we should be good here. Tech Goku Black broke the floodgates for the next 9 years. Man, it was so crazy back when there were so like very few LRs in the game, and like they were just so hard to get. Like I remember the like Tech, I think Tech LR Goku Black and Rose took me like 1,000 stones. It was the first time I'd ever gone that hard on like one banner. It took me like 1,000 stones to get them, but that was pretty awesome. God, that's such low damage. And Rhymes dual summons. Yeah, I remember back when I was first watching like Dokkan content, and it was like Rhyme and Nano just like collabing like every single day, practically. But yeah, now that we can transform in with the Int Gotenks, this is where we, the last part of the fight should pick up, like, pretty quickly. Because, Int Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks can do some pretty good damage. So what is his thing? Changes Int key spheres to rainbow. And then he... yeah, so he just wants type key spheres. What about Trunks? Do I just want to use Trunks? He wants physical orbs specifically. So yeah, let's do that. Do that. Alright, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Decent damage. This run's actually taken way longer than I thought it would. Because, yeah, the team does not exactly have crazy damage output, apart from Gotenks. The boss rush races. I remember back when, yeah, that was like the content. It was like one of the first collabs I did, was like one of the three-way race with like Y-Try and JCV Goku on like one of the boss rush stages. Okay. Alright, Dokkan attack with Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Gohan's almost dead, so this will be GG. Linked up with the other Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks as well, so he basically has like all of his links active. Right, there we go. Slow to start, but the Int Gotenks were the finishers. But like I say, remember, if you just want to get the mission done for Heavenly Events, you don't have to put any of the other modifiers on. And then it will be considerably quicker, because you can still use items and support memories, as well as the enemy not having any of the other buffs. But there you go, that's the last mission done. So that's the burst mode for Kid Gohan, beaten, all the missions done. Let me know how you guys got on down below in the comments section. Let me know if you set a high score, what did you get? We often like to do the friendly challenges in the Discord, so if you've set a high score higher than 6,000, do post and let us know. But yeah, there you go. I think this one with the categories is a bit frustrating. I might try going for a higher score, but I think this is not one that I'll go super crazy on, but I guess we'll see. So let me know how you guys got on down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.